Hey guys, thanks for tuning back in. Last video we were in Blender and we used some of the tools to create sort of like a mushroom shape, and I just want to make a quick video today to talk about how we can make sure that it's sitting correctly within your 3D space and that you know how to control the origin point. So jump into the program. Now what do I mean by that? Well, you can see that this is the mushroom that I created last lesson. You can see this grid with this red and green line, and they're sort of going through the center of the mushroom. That doesn't really matter, but when it comes to texturing, we need to make sure that a few things are set right, and it might make life a little bit easier for you. When I select this mushroom, I'm in object mode, and I've just selected it, and I've got the move tool active, and you can see that it's kind of grabbing these three move lines are based on a point that's kind of in the middle of the mushroom there. It's not actually in the center, it's not at the top, it's not at the bottom, it's just kind of a random point. Now that when I first created the cylinder that we used in the last tutorial, that could have possibly been the bottom or the top or the center of that cylinder, which is why that's the case. But how do we control this and put it where we want it to be? Now, it's going to make it easier for us to texture this mushroom if the bottom of my stem is sitting up here correctly, really accurately on this plane. And so how do I get that? How do I do that? How do I control that? So what we're going to do first is I'm going to flick into edit mode. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to set the origin of this mushroom, so where this move tool, to the very bottom center of the stem. And once I've told this object that its origin point is the bottom center of this stem, I can then tell it to move its origin to the middle of my 3D space, to that point there, and then it will be sitting correctly. So if we jump into edit mode by hitting tab, we want to make sure we've got vertex select chosen, and we're going to select that vertex. And then what I can do is come up the top here to, I beg your pardon, I'm going to choose Shift S on your keyboard, Shift S. This probably exists another way, but that's the easiest way that I know to get to it. And you're going to choose this, cursor to selected. And that's going to move your 3D cursor, this thing that you can get by clicking anywhere, and it's going to move it to exactly where that vertex is. So select that vertex, Shift S, cursor to selected. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit tab again to get out of edit mode, and I'm going to choose object, set origin to 3D cursor. And now you can see that that move thing just snapped to the bottom center of my mushroom, and now whenever I select my mushroom, my move tool grabs to the bottom center of my stem. And now that I've done that, what I can do is, because I know that the origin point of my mushroom is there and the center of my 3D space is here, whenever you select your mushroom, over the right hand side here in your properties tab, so you should see it here, and if you don't, you want to choose this box. So if you're looking at one of these other windows here, you want to choose that orange square, object properties, and this is its location. And these numbers are giving you distances away from the 0, 0, 0 or center of your 3D universe. And so all you need to do is click in each of these and change those to 0, and that will move your mushroom right to the very center of your 3D space. We don't need to do anything else in this video. That's just going to help us with the next step when everything's based around the middle of our 3D universe a bit better. And that's it for today. Thanks.